You are born beside still water, not just any water, a crystal clear freshwater lake, sheltered by ancient cliffs, a nest built in the soft sand of the shoreline, protected by your family. Your shell is soft at birth, pale and vulnerable, but nature has a plan. Calcium from the lake water, from the minerals in the sand, flows into your shell, hardening it, strengthening it, making you tougher with each passing hour. And then, crack! Your world opens, gentle sunlight dances across the water's surface, the air smells of fresh rain and moss. You tumble onto the warm sand, the gentle lapping of lake water reaches your ears. You blink, blink again. You are a Squirtle. You're not alone. Other tiny shells crack around you. Your siblings emerge, blinking and confused, and watching over all of you, massive and reassuring, stands your protector, Blastoise, shell scarred with age and wisdom, cannons gleaming, eyes patient but alert. He doesn't speak, doesn't need to. He nudges you towards the water with surprising gentleness for something so large. Your first instinct? Hide, shell closed, the world muffled and safe. But not for long. You slide into the lake. The water is cool, clean, perfect. Your shell, even soft as it is, naturally keep you afloat. This is what you are designed for. The current here is gentle, not the violent ocean waves you might imagine, but slow, steady flow of fresh water. It guides you, teaches you, holds you. Others swim beside you, your siblings, guided by instinct and the protective presence of Blastoise. One sibling moves with natural grace, cutting through water like they were born for it. Another struggles, limbs uncoordinated, but trying. You feel everything through your shell, every current, every pressure change, every vibration. It's not just armor, it's a sensor array. The water speaks to you through it. You learn the rules of the lake. Small fish dart between your legs, food. Larger shadows in the deep, danger. Blastoise teaches through demonstration, showing you how to angle your shell to cut through water with minimal drag. Your first water gun is pathetic, a weak dribble that barely disturbs the surface, but Blastoise shows you the mechanics. Contract your internal muscles, angle your jaw, control the pressure. Your success rate makes a Magikarp splash look effective, but you're improving. But the lake has its own dangers. Golduck patrol the deeper waters, territorial and aggressive, seeking flash silver as they hunt in schools. And somewhere in the deepest parts, Gyarados coil in their ancient lairs. Under the full moon, something stirs in you, an old instinct. You and your siblings become restless, more active. Your shell serves you well, buoyant when you need rest, hydrodynamic when you need speed. Your curled tail acts as a rudder, letting you turn with surprising agility. You discover you can hit speeds of 15 miles per hour underwater, faster than most fish your size, your three-pointed digits cutting through water with unexpected efficiency. For weeks, this is life. Safe, guided. The family moves together through the lake system. Blastoise leading, teaching, protecting. You learn to absorb water from your own water gun attacks to stay hydrated. Waste nothing, survive everything. Until the storm comes. Not ocean fury, but freshwater rage. The lake churns, currents become chaotic. Rain pounds the surface until you can't tell where air ends and water begins. In the chaos, you lose them. Your family, your siblings, your protector. The current grabs you, pulls you downstream into unfamiliar waters. You do what newly hatched Squirtle do. You ride the current. Minimal energy, maximum distance. It's hardwired into you, but this current leads away from everything you know. A discarded life preserver tangles around your shell. It provides zero assistance. The river considers this navigation equipment. You consider it false advertising. Days pass. You drift through rivers, across ponds, into streams you've never seen. You're bigger now, shell harder from constant calcium absorption. You learn to hunt alone, to hide alone, to sleep alone with one eye open. You encounter other Squirtle, male, territorial, and aggressive. They challenge you with water blast contests, shell bumping dominance displays. You lose most of them, but you learn from each defeat. Not all water is clean. Some streams taste of metal and chemicals. Your instincts scream danger. You move on quickly, understanding for the first time that not every place is safe for your kind. When a Golduck corners you into shallow water, you discover something new. You retreat into your shell and spin rapidly, violently, making yourself impossible to grab. The Golduck gives up, confused. This is called rapid spin. It's your first real victory. Your shell teaches you everything. Vibrations through the water tell you what's coming before you see it. Pressure changes warn of weather. You're becoming a living sensor array, reading the world through your shell's nerve endings. One day, the river you're following begins to taste different. Salt. You're headed toward the coast, toward brackish water, where fresh water meets ocean. And that's where you see them. Squirtle Squad. They rule this coastal boundary where the lake meets the sea. Sunglasses gleaming, attitudes sharper than their shells. They've adapted to survive in both environments. The best of both worlds. You try to stay invisible. You're an outsider here. A lake Squirtle in their coastal territory. It doesn't work. One day, they corner you, 3 deep. The brackish water blocks your escape. The leader steps forward, scarred shell, sharp eyes, a swagger that says adapt or die. You swim, you nod, obviously. You fight, you hesitate. Wrong move. The gang jumps you, not to kill, but to test. Water guns spray, shells collide. They're faster than anything you've faced in the lake, harder than any river Squirtle. You bite, spin, withdraw, endure, barely. When it's done, the leader grins. A pair of battered sunglasses slides your way. Wear 'em, you're one of us now. You slide them on. The world darkens, feels safer. You are Squirtle Squad. The squad teaches you everything your lake upbringing couldn't. How to survive in salt water without losing precious fluids. How to use your hydrodynamic shell design for maximum speed. How to blast fruit trees with precision. Water gun attacks. How to coordinate water attacks in perfect synchronization. Your success rate is still terrible, but you're learning how to identify which human carry treats and which carry nets. Most importantly, how to turn fear into confidence. Fear kept you alive in the lake. Swagger keeps you alive on the coast. You raid coastal towns. You douse fires for fun, laughing at the humans' confusion. You pull pranks on humans who leave snacks unattended. Nothing cruel, just reminders that water belongs to everyone. You surf both river rapids and ocean waves with equal skill. You are fast, you are clever, you are free. And then you see him again. One sibling, the graceful swimmer from the lake, scarred now, but alive. He wears shades too, the same natural confidence, but sharpened by coastal living. You fight side by side, race through both salt and fresh water, laugh in the sun, share the berries you've learned to find. For a while, it feels like family again. You trade stories beneath the stars, about the lake, the lost family, the river journey, about learning to read water through your shell, about becoming something more than you were born to be. You remember them, everyone, but freedom has a price. Trainers hunt you, nets fly, Pokeballs snap shut with mechanical precision. You dodge, you fight, you lose friends, one by one. Then one day, the leader falls, netted, caught, gone. The squad scatters. You flee back into freshwater, heart pounding, alone again. Alone, tired, hungry. The sunglasses feel heavier now. You slip. A net catches you. A Pokeball clicks. Darkness. Waiting. Time twisting. Dreams of the lake mixing with nightmares of captivity. Light. You blink. A boy smiles at you. Young, scrappy, wide-eyed. Something different in his expression. It's not the hunger of a captor, but curiosity. Come with me. You distrust, but you're starving. He feeds you first. Doesn't demand anything. Doesn't force you into a ball. Just waits. This is called patience. It's confusing. Most humans operate on gold duck time. All action, no thought. This one seems different. You follow. Training begins. But this boy is different. He asks, not commands. He cheers when you succeed. He helps when you fail, offering encouragement instead of frustration. You learn to perfect your water gun. You master rapid spin, your arms and legs tucking perfectly as you become a living projectile. You battle, not because you must, but because you choose. You lose, you win, you grow. One day, the squad returns, reformed as official firefighters. You visit their station. The graceful sibling is there. So is the leader, older now, and wiser. The sunglasses replaced with firefighter gear. They nod with respect. You've changed. You have a choice. Stay wild or stay with the boy. You choose the boy, but you keep the sunglasses. Some parts of you don't need to change. Battle after battle shapes you. Each win carves confidence. Each loss teaches grit. Your shell grows thicker. Nerve endings more sensitive. Your water attacks grow stronger. You evolve. Wartortle now. Ears finned, tail flowing like silk. New weight to your movement. New power in your water attacks. Stronger, tougher, but also further from the hatchling who first felt lake water. This is called character development. You wouldn't recommend it, but not free. You stare at your reflection in a pool. The sunglasses sit differently on your evolved face. Everything about you has changed. Your size, your strength, your capabilities. But have you changed? Or have you just become what others needed you to become? A swimmer, a fighter, a friend, a tool, a protector. Who are you really? The lake hatchling under Blastoise's protection? The river wanderer? The coastal rebel? The loyal partner? Maybe you're all of them. Maybe that's the problem. One night, the squad calls. Help us. A wildfire rages. Towns burn. Humans are trapped behind walls of flame that reach toward the stars. You go. You fight flame with coordinated water attacks. Your evolved strength allowing pressures you never dreamed of as a hatchling. You save lives. cliffs, carrying people to safety on your back, their weight nothing compared to the currents that once carried you. Children cling to your shell, adults trust your strength. You become what you once needed, someone who pulls others from danger. The fire fights back, embers singe your shell, smoke burns your lungs. But this isn't the helpless terror of separation. This is a choice. This is your purpose. You see your old leader in the chaos, older now, proud, soot-stained, but unbroken. You've grown, and you realize you can be both. Swimmer, fighter, friend, free soul. But freedom, true freedom, is the hardest evolution of all. It sucks to be born a Squirtle because the world never asks what you want to be. You hatch beside still water, learn from ancient protectors, follow unknown currents, adapt to new environments, outlast time. Even when you survive, even when you win, every path feels like someone else's. The lake shapes you for protection. The rivers shape you for endurance. The coast shapes you for rebellion. The trainer shapes you for battle. The fire shapes you for heroism. But when do you get to shape yourself? Be wild or be caught. Be a swimmer or a fighter. Be what they need, not who you are. The irony isn't lost on you. You've spent your whole life learning to adapt, and adaptation has made you stronger than you ever imagined. But strength and freedom aren't the same thing. Some part of you will always wonder, if you stayed in the lake, who might you have become? And maybe that's why, even now, when no one's watching, you still sometimes swim way too far from shore, where the water is deep and the currents are old, and no one tells you what to be. And for a while, you're not Squirtle, not Wartortle, not a swimmer or a fighter, just you, free at last. But the water has one more lesson. Freedom is a choice, and choosing it means you can return not as prey, not as rebel, but as protector. So when the current draws you back to the boy, when battle calls again, when flames rise and friends cry out, you answer because you remember what it was like to be small and lost. And now you're the one who pulls others to safety, one current at a time, one choice at a time, until the day comes when you choose your next path. Blastoise. But that's another story. And for now, the water is enough. And so are you.